World of Tanks Heat is an all-new way to drive tanks around and shoot at other tanks. Here to tell us all about it is Head of Community, Luke Nicholls. Welcome.
Hi, Damon. Nice to see you, and thank you for inviting me.
Nice to see you. Congrats on the reveal. One of the big reveals from Opening Night Live last night. World of Tanks Heat, what makes this unique compared to the original World of Tanks?
So World of Tanks Heat is a very new approach for us to tank gameplay. It's a lot more fast-paced, a lot more dynamic. We have agents, essentially heroes, with unique abilities that pair with unique tanks to give them each a unique role on the battlefield. But generally, it's more dynamic. We've leaned more into some of the traditional shooter game modes, like Kill Confirmed, Conquest, or Domination, and adapted those for tank gameplay. So it's familiar. We really want to make you feel the weight and the sound and the power of the tank, but faster, more dynamic, and more exciting.
Is it a hero shooter?
I think,
yeah,
I think it is a hero shooter. Our heroes kind of come in two parts almost. There's the agent, which has its own their own personality, their own backstory and abilities, and then they pair with the tank that also, similar to World of Tanks, right, is very unique, and it's not just the geometry, but also the gun, the engine, the speed, and together they form essentially our hero.
This is the reveal trailer that we saw at Opening Night Live, and a moment in here that resonated with a lot of people. There's sort of an Akira slide.
Yes.
One of the tanks does that looks very cool. Is that like indicative of like how the game actually plays and the speed of it all?
Yes. However, I'm not sure if we have the Akira slide as an ability in the game yet, but I think it's a good idea. I think so we totally should have that as a feature. But yeah, this is kind of the idea. We do, of course, have faster tanks and slower tanks, but generally we tried to convey kind of the energy that we want to put in Heat through our trailer.
So faster paced gameplay as compared to the original World of Tanks. Was that trying to solve a problem or address some sort type of gamer that World of Tanks wasn't serving?
So World of Tanks, I mean, obviously it works really well, right? It's the 15th anniversary now with World of Tanks 2.0 coming out. It's looking really great for it. But we also know that it appeals to gamers who like it a little bit more tactical, more slower paced, also maybe a little bit of an older audience. And we wanted to go and make something for different people, you know, the FPS players, the people who like it a little bit faster, to get more people into our wargaming ecosystem, and to also, you know, like win back some of the World of Tanks players who've maybe stopped playing and give them like another way to enjoy tanks.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, 15 years of working on World of Tanks. Were there any lessons taken from that you were able to apply to World of Tanks Heat?
Absolutely. Look, the engine that we built World of Tanks Heat on is actually a proprietary in-house engine, and it's an evolution of what we built for World of Tanks, the core engine. It doesn't have a name yet. We're still thinking of one, but it's built from the ground up to be cross-platform as well. We're going to be launching on PC, on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam Deck at once. And I think the main lessons that we took is our knowledge of how to make tanks really feel and sound impactful, heavy, and awesome.
And I think this is the first time you're launching a game cross-platform.
It is, yeah. We've expanded, you know, some of our games cross-platform. Actually, World of Warships Legends, our console version of World of Warships, is now coming to Steam as well for the people who like the slightly different gameplay. But this is the first time that we're going on all platforms right from day one.
Are you offering cross-play?
Yes. Cross-play, cross-progression, and full parity is the idea.
So at the top of our talk, I think you mentioned some of the multiplayer modes. Can you go into a little bit more depth on what multiplayer modes players can expect?
So in our traditional kind of quick battle, you know, you push the button, you go in. At the moment, you will either be placed in Conquest, in Domination, or Kill Confirmed. I think classic shooter modes, I don't think we need to, you know, they work the way they work. We've adapted them to fit the pace of the tank combat, of course. But we have also experimented with other things. We have a show on stage on Thursday here in Hall 1, where we're going to be playing one of our other game modes, which is actually Plant and Diffuse, you know, another classic approach, which is going to be different in 5v5. But yeah, I think we're going to be building on this and introducing more game modes down the line.
I think you've described its mechanics as free to win.
Yes.
So can you explain what you mean by that?
So we really want to make sure that whether or not you win or lose a battle has nothing to do with the size of your wallet and what you spent, but also we want to make sure that there are no like hard pay barriers in front of any gameplay, right? So new tanks, new agents and everything, there should always be a free path to obtain these to make sure that you can participate in the game fully, no matter if you're a free player or a paying player.
So you have these heroes, what's the word for them in the game?
Agents.
Agents. Do you pick an agent and then also pick a tank? So you're like coming up with different combinations, or?
So yeah, the agent starts off with their signature vehicle, right? Something that's really built to synergize with them. And then for some of the agents, and maybe in future for all of the agents, you can then progress and unlock an alternative tank that gives you another way to combine those abilities with a different tank with different characteristics.
What about customization?
Yeah, I mean, customization is obviously quite a big topic for us as a free-to-play game, right? If we don't want to sell you a premium tank, then we're going to have to do something. So we have a 3D camouflage system, right? You can attach things to your tank. You'll be able to also customize your agent later and really make it something that's unique to you. Because we're not a historical game per se, I think you can see in the background here our environment is a bit different. We are set in an alternate reality post-World War II to have a bit of freedom. It means we can go a little bit crazier as well when it comes to customization, and I think you can expect some really fun stuff.
Well, as community lead, I'm sure you're excited to finally be able to talk about this game with your community, right?
Absolutely. We've got a really good core of like super testers that we've been doing closed alpha with for a while, the Lodestar program. Big shout out, thank you guys, you rock. And this is something that we're going to be continuing to do as well, to develop alongside the community and really take the feedback into account for every single change that we make to make sure that we make the game that people want to play.
Very cool. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you very much for having me.
Keep an eye out for World of Tanks Heat in the near future, but in the even nearer future, keep an eye out for more Gamescom 2025 coverage right here on IGN.